Ew.
I know.
These projects will turn out ugly, but that's the point. Kim Werker's Mighty Ugly workshop came about because she kept hearing her friends say they were afraid to take risks and fail.
And they don't want to mess it up. It was years of hearing people say things like that, and at the heart of that was this fear of getting it wrong and having, I don't know, wasted their time, being judged really harshly by other people, not getting it perfect or whatever it was. And I was like, all right, you know, I talked to people and been like, try it anyway. And one day I was like, what would happen? Like, what would happen if we just set out to do the absolute worst case scenario?
Kim's trying to teach people through Mighty Ugly that failure isn't such a bad thing, but I took to the streets to find out how people feel when they fail.
Yeah, no, it's definitely disappointing. But I mean, it depends what you fail at. Because some things, I mean, you don't expect to fail, but they're really hard. So, I mean, it depends what it is.
Pretty self-deprecating. I think that I tend to judge myself more for failure than other people do.
Well, I don't get too down on myself, and I figure out how I can learn from my failure or mistake and apply it to future projects.
The biggest lesson from Kim's workshop is bouncing back.
Okay, I can crash and burn, but I know these dozen people who have crashed and burned and live to tell the tale, or who will be there for me and tell me that this one failure isn't the defining moment of my life. And especially for artists and crafters who make things for a living or who create for a living, I've seen people visibly blanch when I'm like, no, really, it's got to be ugly.
Kim says that once people go for it and make something ugly, it's not as bad as they think, and they take away some mighty ugly things. Sarah Gray in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine.